How is it going, everybody? You're watching That About Tech, and today I'm going to explain you why you shouldn't update your iPhone to iOS 14 if you have an iPhone 6s, SE, or an iPhone 7. First things first, I have to tell you that this is only my opinion, okay? I'm creating this video to tell you what I think and why I think you shouldn't update, but of course, it's up to you. Apple grants full support, full compatibility to those devices, so if you want to update, please go ahead and do that. This is only my opinion, and I'm going to explain you with facts why I think you shouldn't update to iOS 14 if you have one of those three devices. Okay, so without further ado, let's begin. So there are pretty much three big reasons why you shouldn't update your iPhone to a major iOS version, in this case, of course, iOS 14. And those three big reasons are: 1, storage; 2, performance; and 3, battery life. Okay, so those are the three main reasons why, and that's pretty much because older iPhones, they get affected much easier when we are talking about major iOS versions, and those are the three big hits that your iPhone take when you're updating. Okay, so number 1, storage. First things first, you have to understand that older iPhones generally have smaller storage. So it's common to have an iPhone 6s or SE with 16 gigs of storage, or 32, and even an iPhone 7 as well with 32 gigs. And iOS 14 being a big update, a major update with a ton of new features and everything like that, is going to be much heavier, is going to be much larger than iOS 13. So just to update, you may have a hard time because, of course, you're going to have to clear some storage just to update. If you actually manage to update, no problem. It's going to actually take up more space on your device. So if it takes, for example, 3 gigs of your iPhone 6s storage, with iOS 14 is going to take 4 or 5 or 6, and that's how it happens. So it's going to be actually a big hit on your storage. So you got to take that in consideration. Number 2, we're going to talk about performance, of course, and it's kind of the same reason. Of course, we're having a major update with new features, larger iOS as a general, larger operating system as a general. So of course, we're going to have it's going to be more demanding to the iPhone. The iPhone is going to struggle a little bit more to process all of that. Keep in mind that the iPhone 6s and the iPhone SE, they have the A9 processor. A9, that's like 4 generations older than what we have today. And talking about iPhone cycle and talking about smartphone cycle and chip cycle, 4 cycles, so 4 generations is a lot. So if your iPhone 6s, SE, or iPhone 7 is a little bit slow, is already getting a little bit sluggish, crashing sometimes, like or something like that, it will be worse. I guarantee you that. And of course, we got to talk about battery life. And again, it's one whole thing tied together. If it's going to demand more of your processor, if it's going to take more of your storage, it's also going to be bad for battery life. So your iPhone is going to die faster. It's not going to last as long as it lasts today. So right there, we have 3 big reasons why you shouldn't update your iPhone SE, 6s, or your iPhone 7 to iOS 14. Okay, there's some very, very important things I have to tell you right now. 1, regarding the iPhone 7, since it is slightly newer than the other ones, and it has a newer processor, it has the A10 neural, has more RAM depending on your version, I have to tell you a few things. 1, you have to understand that if you have an iPhone 7 Plus, then I would say it's okay to update to iOS 14 because the iPhone 7 Plus has 3 gigs of RAM instead of 2 gigs of RAM that the older iPhones in this comparison have. The iPhone SE, 6s, and 7 have 2 gigs. The 7 Plus has 3 gigs. Another thing that's very important, and it's important to the iPhone 7, but also to the other versions as well. If your iPhone is new, so let's say you bought it new a few months ago, it's still under warranty, so it's still fast, the battery is still okay, and as a general, your experience with your iPhone is good, then you can think of updating to iOS 14. Generally, I say that you shouldn't, because most people that have an iPhone 6s or an iPhone SE or an iPhone 7, they have it for quite a while now, because of course they've been released years ago. So they're probably slow, bad battery health, and everything like that. So then updating to iOS 14 will do no good to those devices. But again, if they're okay, so if they're new, performing well, good battery life, and everything like that, well, you could try. You could try. So there's no harm here. So that's pretty much that, guys. I just want to know what your feelings about this are. If you're having the same, if you think the same as I do, if you have one of those devices and have updated, what's your experience? Please let me know in the comment box down below. Maybe you have updated, it's okay, or maybe you have and you regret it. Let me know down below. It's good for me, of course, and it is good for the community, which is Daniel About Tech, helping each other, helping everybody out. So that's pretty much it. Please make sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and of course stay tuned, because there are always a ton of new content here on Daniel About Tech. So that's pretty much it, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.